Okay, K-State head coach Jerome Tang has joined us. Coach, can you get us started with some general comments about your team?
Sure. First of all, man, I'm blessed to be able to coach at Kansas State, a place I love, with people I love, doing what I love. And so that's just an honor. So thankful to the Lord for this opportunity. Second thing I want to do is wish Scott Drew a happy birthday. And, so if y'all see him, it's his birthday, make a big deal about it. It'll drive him crazy. And then thirdly, about my team, just super excited about these guys, man. Pretty much a new roster. We have 3 guys back. Thankful for David Gasson. When a young man spends 3 years with you in this day and age, it means that you're doing a little something right, and that he's really enjoying his time. So thankful for his leadership and the guys we have in, man, just terrific young men. They're passionate about the game of basketball, a lot of versatility, better shooting and size. And so I've said a number of times they remind me of our 2012 team when I was at Baylor, with the size and then the guard play. And so excited to see what we can become.
Okay, if you got a question, let us get a wireless mic to you. Give us your name and your affiliation. Let's go over here to the left in the back.
Kenneth Wilson, Special Olympics, Kansas. So with all the recent changes in the Big 12, including new teams joining the conference, how has that impacted your approach to the season in terms of competition, preparation, and maintaining the team's focus for your long-term goals?
Yeah, that's a great question. The Big 12 was the best conference in the country 2 years ago. And then we added teams, and one of the teams we added was the conference champion. And then we were the best conference in the country again last year, and we added teams, and one of the teams picked to win the national championship. And we have 5, for the first time in AP poll history, we have 5 teams in the top 10. And so you can get caught up in that, or you can say, man, we just got to get better every day. And so our approach hasn't changed. We go 1-0 every day and try to get a little bit better. And then at some point in time we have to face all those guys, but that's a ways down the road, and we have a lot of basketball that we have to improve on before we get to that.
Okay, we're going to stay over here to the left on the 3rd row.
Coach Tang, Jake Stevens with Emo Online and Rivals.com. You're going into your 3rd year here, and there's obviously a lot of roster turnover again. How do guys that you bring along with you today, like Max Jones and Coleman Hawkins, kind of play into this new team?
Yeah, well, first of all, they're both terrific young men, and this is not something that I'm the only one in the country that's facing. I mean, we're all facing this, and so every coach has the same challenge. Very thankful that both of them chose to come to K-State. They're both terrific human beings. They're in their 5th year of college basketball, so they have a lot of experience, and their knowledge of basketball allows them to pick up on things a lot quicker. And then they're both guys that their teammates like being around, and so that kind of fosters the chemistry that you have to build.
Okay, let's go over here to the right.
Hey, Jerome Meyer Metcalf, ESPN back here. You're 58, Tony Bennett 55, and decided that there was a lot happening in this game that he didn't necessarily want to be a part of. How do you feel about all the changes in college basketball, and how have you adapted?
Yeah, well, first of all, when I heard that Tony had retired, my immediate thought was that, man, it's great to be able to step away on your own terms, right? And because a lot of guys get moved out of the business, and so that was great for Tony and his family. Second thing is Tony's been a head coach for a long time, so he has a while to build up a nest egg that allows him to do that. The Bible tells us that a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children, and I'm not there yet, so I got to keep working. And all these changes, like, we're all facing it, right? And so you either adapt, or you get left. And so for me, it's a challenge every day, and I have a staff that's very creative, and man, they've got young minds and bodies, and they're constantly pushing me. And one of my things with our staff is I tell them, hey man, let's just go push me as far to one end or the other end as possible, and let them rein us back in. And And so I got a group of guys that keep me moving forward and don't let me get caught up in what is wrong. We just try to figure out what's right and take advantage of it.
Okay, let's go to the third row over here on the left.
Jerome, Gary Parrish, CBS Sports. You've been in this league a long time, longer than most, at Baylor, now at Kansas State. It's always been a strong conference, but at some point it went from a place where you could still go win or reasonably think you can win here or there to, fast forward to today, and there's no easy victories on the road. Do you remember a time where you looked up and recognized that the bottom had gotten stronger and that there weren't easy places to go anymore?
Man, I don't know if I can pinpoint the time. When I first got into the league, we were the easy win, right, at Baylor. And then, Scott and the staff, we were able to build that program. And, it's just, we have great coaches, right? Great coaches in the league and guys, and very much like, like some of like the SEC with football, right? They have great coaches and players want to play against the best. In the Big 12, the guys we recruit want to play against the best. And there's it's not close, right? Like, it's not debatable. Well, I guess people can debate what they want to, but the results show. There have been 3 schools in the last 4 years to win a national championship, and 2 of them are from the Big 12. It's just like it's best players, best coaches, best environments, and kids want to be a part of that. And that's really the thing, from top to bottom, everybody's good. Everybody's got players. Everybody's got great coaches. Everybody's got great environments.
Okay, let's go to the far left on the front row.
Coach John Grove of Wildcat 91.9 FM. With Coleman Hawkins being named the Big 12 co-newcomer of the year, how do you see his skill set translating to the Big 12, and what kind of role do you see or envision him during the season?
Yeah, well, whether he was named that or not, it wouldn't have changed the fact that he's a very versatile basketball player with a high IQ who can play guard and play offensively multiple positions. He takes great joy in watching his teammates have success, and that's rare. And then his teammates like him. And so he's going to help us. When he's on the floor, he makes the guys on the floor better players. And so, and he makes me look like a better coach.
Okay, we got time for 2 more questions. Got one over here on the second row on the far left, and we got one on the next to last row here in the middle. Let's go in the middle here on the next to the last row.
Dan Lucero of 580 WIBW Topeka. To the point about this being such a competitive league, top to bottom, how important is it mentally to have a team able to roll with the punches, knowing that you could have a team in this league lose 6, 7, 8 games, and that's still a really good year in this league, but that losing sometimes can wear on a team? How do you get to a point where mentally you're able to roll with the punches and still be able to thrive as the year goes on?
Yeah, I think it starts with the staff, right? The staff has to be able to move on from the last game. And sometimes as coaches, we let a team beat us twice because we can't get past the last game, and it affects our players. And so, our thing is we go 1-0, and my definition of toughness is the ability to do the next right thing. And as a team, we have to be able to move on. And so it's something we talk about every day, and not just in games. It's just in possessions at practice, and whether something went well in the classroom or at your apartment, like your ability to go on and do the next right thing. And so if the staff has the ability to let go of things and move on and not bring the last loss with them, and then the team is going to be able to do that.
Okay, our last question is over here on the left, second row.
Hey, Coach. Tim Everson, Manhattan Mercury. You've gotten to see your guys go up against themselves quite a bit. You've gotten to see them go up against some other people just a little bit. Through this opening early part of the season, what's the thing you like about this group the most so far?
Wow. Man, there's a lot to like about these guys. I don't know if I can pinpoint one thing. What I've enjoyed is seeing them empty their cup and allow us to fill it. We have a bunch of guys that have been coached by some really good coaches and been in some really good programs and had success. And so sometimes you bring all that with you and think that's the only way to have success. And in the game of basketball, there's a lot of ways to get to 4. And I've been so pleased that our guys have been willing to empty their cup and let us fill it, and realize that the way we do it will allow them to have success also, and see the buy-in that's taking place.
Okay, Coach, thank you very much.
Thank you guys very much. Go Cats.